Yo, what's going on, people? Episode 6 of the Ajay Rose Show. Obviously, naturally, I look kind of high, but today I look even more baked because I spilt shampoo in my eyes. So that explains the eyes. But yeah, today's guest, boy, been meaning to get this one for a while. What can I say? He's like, I feel like I'm chatting to Erling Haaland when he was at that Austrian club, innit? Obviously, sick stand-up, presenter of many things and other stuff as well. I haven't really sold him that well, but sick guy all round. Andrew Mensah, what you say?
I like that intro, man. It's like that nice and straight to the point. I like Haaland. What you saying? I'm Haaland of the comedy, yeah?
You're Haaland at Salzburg. Like
I'm gonna come up.
You're prolific, and it's inevitable you're going to a Man City one day.
I appreciate that, man. That's love, bro. How are you?
Other than my eyes being kind of fucked, I'm good still.
Yeah, it's good to have you. We've been trying to get this in the cam for a while, innit? So today's the day, man.
Today's the day, yes. I'm gonna dive straight in, yeah. So obviously you do a lot of presenting with football, yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm interested is like, how did you kind of make that first breakthrough to first get into like TV, whether that was like what you wore or.
So I was an apprentice at BT Sport, innit? That's my first job. In TV, so I was like a logger, innit?
What's a logger?
So basically, you have to like watch like a load of games. So it could be anything BT are showing, innit? So football, rugby, UFC, whatever. And you have to watch those and then like basically identify all the key moments in that game. So if I'm watching like football, I'll be like, okay, throw in. But that was the time code.
Okay.
Or this is a chance by Neymar or whatever. So if a producer wants to do a video on Neymar, he would just type Neymar in the logs, and then all his plays will come up. So it was tedious, innit? It was just long. You're just watching loads of games. But it's not just football, innit? You was watching rugby, MotoGP, flipping, rowing, whatever BT was showing, you were watching it, innit? So it's kind of like, it was long. I can't even lie, bro. It was long. It was fun though, because like all the guys that worked were mandem, innit? All like guys from the ends and that. So it was a lot of fun in there. We used to call it the hood of BT, innit? Because there was no lights. It was dark, no windows, full of black guys. So it was just like, yeah, this is the hood. You know, people would walk past and they would hear the noise and they were like, what's going on in there, innit? But yeah, so I started out there. And then when my apprenticeship was over, I got a job in the digital team. And that is like near when I was like, okay, I'm going to do stand-up around that time. So
when was this, 2019?
No, this is earlier, so this is like 2017.
Okay.
So that's when I first started flirting with the idea that I'm going to do stand-up. 2017, I joined the digital team. I thought I'm gonna do stand up, but I was shook, innit? I was shook to go on stage. So I was just writing bare jokes at home, innit? And then I basically like the next year, 2018, I started like doing Instagram stories, innit, for BT. So we'd do a live game, yeah. It's a live game, live boxing event. I'll be doing the Instagram stories behind the scene, but obviously I used to take the piss, innit? So I used to be cheeky with it. So I would be like, let's say Tyson Fury, yeah? I would just hide in his changing room. Do you get me? Then when he came true, I was just like, yo, bro, like, I beg, man, could you do this for BT? And they were just like, what? Like, yeah, whatever. So then my stories were lit. Do you know what I mean? My stories were lit. They were like, how the fuck you getting this access, innit?
So you used to go areas you weren't allowed?
I basically used to go areas I weren't allowed. I was just blagging it the whole time. Man's like, yo, I got to get this. I got the thing from this guy. The securities are like, what? Like,
you had the pass. When you got the pass, it helps, innit?
Yeah, I can blag it. I'm like, yo, I need to get through. And I'll be like, I mean, one time I had an argument with the security guy. He wasn't letting me through. I was like, bro, if you want your job tomorrow, let me through, fam. These times the guy was shook. These times I had no power in my but yeah, I was just blagging it. So then I started hosting the stories, innit? I started like hosting like the Instagram stories. And then basically I pitched what I wore. Ended up pitching what I wore.
So you thought of the idea?
Yeah, so it's like we went to Google, broke up in different teams, like a workshop at Google to come up with original YouTube ideas. Broke up into different teams. And then my group basically was like, I was collecting shirts at the time, football shirts at the time. So like my team were like, can we do something around shirts? And we come up with this idea. And then you had to put your idea on the board. And then you had to pitch your idea to the wider group. So then I pitched what I wore. I think at the time it was called Get Your Kit On or something stupid like that. And then basically they gave everyone in the workshop Monopoly money in it. And you had to put the money where the idea was. So I slapped all my money in my thing. All in. And then...
Did you have a backup idea that you was debating?
I think our group had 2 ideas. But I think every group come up with 2 ideas.
Oh.
And what I wore got picked and another idea got picked. But basically, logistically, it was too hard to do the other idea. Whereas what I wore was just about football shirts, so it was quick and simple. So yeah, I just thought I was gonna produce on it, innit? But then like the head of creative, because he's a massive stand-up fan, and when he found out I was doing stand-up, he started pushing me into the direction of presenting. So I ended up presenting the first one, Rio Ferdinand, and it took off.
Bro.
You know, just like, yeah, you can have it from there. So then it was just like, okay. And it kind of helped my stand-up because people thought I was more legit than I was. Do you get it?
Bro, I hear that.
That's a fact. No, people thought, oh, this guy's on TV. He's got his own TV show. These time they don't know I was doing open mics. But obviously, I was blagging it. I was like, yeah, man, go back. So when I was booking gigs, I was like, I'm on BT Sport already. So they were giving me gigs, innit? And like, I didn't feel no pressure. Because a lot of comedians feel pressure like when they to start trying to get on TV or trying to get in places quickly. Whereas I was like, I'm already on TV, so I don't care. I was doing all the shit gigs and that. So I was getting sick on a low. Do you get me? That's how it kind of worked. That's my first job. So then when I got what I wore, I just slowly ended up going freelance. And then now I'm like full time doing this thing.
Bro, I hear you on that, yeah? Because obviously now I've got a couple followers on Insta, but that's recent. But for time, I had a blue tick from my job, innit? And when I'd meet people, they'd be like, rah, like, you're 30, innit? You got the blue tick. It's like, bro, I just done like a bringer gig. Like, trust me, I'm not 30, but you think I'm 30, innit? But I'm
trust
not.
me, it works, man. It works, like, because the industry is clout. It's clout based, isn't it? Guys love clout. Guys act like they're purists, but what it's really and truly, guys love clout. So when you say, yo, bro, I'm on this thing, guys will give you opportunities, bro. But the thing is about comedy, the good thing is like it balances out the clout, innit? So if you say like, yeah, I'm on BT Sport, give me a gig, they give you a gig and you're shit. They're not booking you again.
You got to walk
They might get you in the door, but they're not booking you again, brother. So you know what I mean? So like,
you got to walk the walk, and you can't just talk.
You got to.
I hear that. So what I wore, bro. You've told me some similar story, but I didn't know that like it was quite that way. That's sick. You pitched. That's hard still. With the show itself, who's been like the best and worst guest? Start with the best.
The best guest is a toss-up.
And why?
Toss up between 3 for 3 different reasons, isn't it? So Steven Gerrard was lit because Steven Gerrard was one of my favourite players growing up, innit? And I didn't think we'd ever get him. So the fact that we got him and he was like so in tune, he was very nice as well. That was one. Robin Van Persie, he was like the nicest guy, innit? He was just super nice to me. Because at the time I was a bit like, I wasn't confident. Like I was kind of like, you know, ones where I felt lucky to be in the position I was in.
I hear that.
Where he was like super accommodating. And then Gareth Bale was lit, man.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale was like, yeah, this guy's proper lit because his thing is like, he was the first superstar of my generation that I interviewed. Do you get me? So everyone else was like past legends and that. Whereas he was the first guy that was of that stature that was still playing. Like we flew to Madrid, like it was lit.
This was when he was winning like Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. It was literally the summer after he scored the overhead kick in the final. Yeah, so it was like peak Bale. Peak Bale, bro. Like I was like, yeah, this guy's different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about the worst? Even if you can't say the names, tell me why they were the worst.
The worst guy,
the names.
I don't think I can say the name, innit?
All right, describe it. Just describe
But the worst guy was just like, he was a bit of a dick, innit? Like, everyone is nice, innit? But he was just a bit of a dick. But then when the shooting started, he was lit. Do you know what I mean? It was a sick interview, and he was like lit. But as soon as the camera stopped, he'd become a dick again. So it made me respect him, innit? It made me respect like the craft of the camera work. Like the switch on was crazy.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Give some like say like a title or something he's won.
No,
like,
but if I say it, it's too bait, bro.
Oh.
It's too bait, and like, bro, I still need my job. So like, I still need it. Still, it's too bait. Yeah, it's too bait.
Bro, you know when you interview people, do you ever like, have you ever been like, have you ever crumbled? Like I've crumbled once, yeah, because I've interviewed bare musicians.
Who did you crumble with?
Gigs.
Is it?
Bro, I crumbled.
Is it intimidating?
Do you know, for me it was, yeah, because I'm such, like, it was at the time, it was like all I listened to was gigs. It was like, if I could do any, I remember telling myself when I'd done music interviews, I was like, if I could interview 3 people, Gigs, Jadakiss and Drake, and somehow through Link Up TV, I'd done it, got there, I sat down, I was kind of nervous, yeah. And like I've done now where I'm like, so we're going to throw it back. How did this start? I was like, yeah, so like, something like, how did music start? And he was like, I'm not even going to answer that question still.
Is it?
He was like, I've answered that 1 billion times. And then he was like, oh, I've made him nervous. I've made him nervous.
Yeah.
And he starts hollering his boys like, I've made him nervous. But I helped, bro, I remember at that moment, yeah, I looked at the door and I thought, you know, fight or flight? It kicked in because I was like, I could stay or I could just run out this room and block everyone and just retire from what I was doing. But I affirmed it. And at the end, he shook my hand and he was like, no, that was, because it was a good interview when we got through. It was like 40 minutes in it. And it turned out, it felt like a front cover of a magazine. It was cool. But in that moment,
you were shook,
bro, I crumbled.
Yeah, I think I crumbled with Gigs as well. That's intimidating. yeah, for sure.
Because he just don't, you know, like some people would notice you're nervous, but not heat you up. He was like, I'm gonna heat you up.
But that probably made it better. That he just made light of it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I've ever crumbled. Ultimately, like, I don't really care. If I'm being real. Like, I just think none of this stuff matters anyway. So it's like, it's calm. Yeah. And the first one I did with Rio, I was mad shook, but he was a sick interviewee, so like he just carried me the whole time. Like,
he seems like a proper nice person.
Yeah, he's proper nice. I was from the ends as well, so like he just like showed mad love. But then after I did like 3 or 4, I was calm, and I was doing stand up as well. So like talking to someone was nothing compared to like doing open mics and stuff.
Yeah, this was way before I'd done stand up. So
Yeah. So I just had like the stage presence already, so I wasn't really shook. I haven't really. Ultimately, I just think I'm just talking to him about shirts. It's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? Ultimately, that's what come to my mind. So even if I'm not prepared or it's not going that well, I just think whatever, man.
Yeah. I hear that. So what? Fantasy Football League, yeah. Bruv, you know what? When I knew you was coming on, I was like, cool, I'm going to watch bare episodes. Check Sky Go. There's only 1 episode from your season.
Yeah, because it's on Now TV now.
They snaked. But I watched that one with Maisie Adam and Mo Farah.
Yeah.
And then, bro, one thing I'm interested, so you see the sketch at the start?
Yeah. What was it? What was the sketch? It
was the Micah Rich. It was the Deadline Day one where you and Micah Richards. Yeah. They was doing all the, you know, like all the Deadline Day moments. Yeah. And I think Matt Lucas was Jim White with the yellow tie and that. How long does a sketch like that, because it was only like 2 minutes what you see on TV, yeah? But from like start to finish, so like writing, rewriting, shooting it, reshooting it, editing it, how long does it take to make like a 2-minute sketch like that?
It's a total of 3 days, isn't it?
For 1 2-minute sketch?
Because, well, it's not, like basically Monday, you write all the sketches and the jokes. Because we write the show Monday, Tuesday, we film and record Wednesday. So like we write the sketches on Monday and then go through it Monday, then go through it Tuesday basically, and then film it during the day. So probably do about, it's not crazy long. The longest part is like the makeup and stuff, because you have to get into costume and that, and then do a few takes, and then they edit it like within the hour.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's quick because the show is a quick turnaround.
Oh,
like on Monday when we will come in Monday morning, we don't have a show.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So you're starting everything from scratch Monday, Tuesday. So the turnaround is quick.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I suppose it has to be a bit because it's
topical,
based, it's based around like football that week. Or...
Yeah, exactly. So like it just has to be quick. We write that sketch, boom, go through it on Tuesday, fine tune anything that we don't like. We do a lot of read throughs and stuff as well, and then just film the sketch.
So in the read throughs, if like no one's like, you know, like sometimes I tell my barber jokes, yeah. And sometimes he laughs.
You practice on?
Nah, actually, yeah, because I don't. It's when I'm sitting there, because he likes stand up as well, innit?
Yeah.
I don't really like practice, but if I'm written something new and I just want someone's feedback, sometimes I tell like other comedians, but him, one thing I do is sometimes he laughs, and then other times like he just politely smiles because he don't want to boy man off and be like, nah, that's dead. But when you're doing a read through, like, do you like look around for because the reactions of something are like important as well.
Yeah, but everyone is writing it though, so it's weird. Do you know what I mean? Everyone in the room is writing it. So it's not like, it's like if me and you are writing something together, we just talk whatever makes us laugh, then that's what we put in.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not like we're writing it and then we have to show it to someone.
Okay.
It's like we're all writing this thing together.
Yeah.
So I just try to go with organic laughs, innit? Whatever gets an organic laugh in the room, then I feel like, let's stick with that because that got the natural reaction. So the likelihood is that's going to work on the night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear that.
Yeah.
Cool. So with the show, like how's things kind of, or have things kind of changed? Because that's like 2 TV shows now.
Yeah.
That one's on Sky One.
I'm rich now, bro. I chat shit. No, my life has changed a lot. Like it's just like more in the public eye. So it's more like it's good and bad. You got more clout. You get crazy DMs.
Well, like what?
Both ways. Girls onto you and guys like, you fucking dickhead. That was when I see you. You get a lot of shit like that. Or like, cause like our stuff's kind of controversial, especially fantasy football, kind of controversial.
Oh yeah.
My stand-up's kind of controversial, so a lot of the times I get a lot of shit. A lot of the times,
Is
so
it?
It's like it's half and half, isn't it? It's just like half of it is good. You get clout, you get opportunities, you get love, but then you get a few dickheads. That's kind of the main thing. Like I got a stalker.
Is it?
Yeah, facts. I had a stalker. The police had to come to my house and that.
What, they found out where you live?
No, they didn't find out where I live, but they just kept like, they pretended they were a promoter. So I gave them my number, but they wasn't a promoter. They wanted me to like meet up with them. Just meet up with them, and I was like, I just blocked them, and they just kept changing number and kept like harassing me and that. So it's mad. Yeah. So there's that in it, but like that's minor. I'm from the ends. I live a real life. Someone chatting shit to me on the internet is nothing. So I don't really. It doesn't really bother me. Do you know what I mean? I've been in peak situations, bro. Do you know what I mean? Something like that is nothing. Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's good. Like it's changed my life a lot. Like obviously I'm full time now, so I'm professional, like full time. And sometimes I pinch myself like, bro, like man's telling jokes for a living. That's crazy. Like
Yeah.
like, man's living nice. Like, do you know what I mean? I can take care of my mum now a little bit. Like, but off of just telling jokes. One day I decided I'm gonna go to an open mic, and like I just find that I'm grateful for that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I can deal with the shit that comes with it. I just think it's part and parcel. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, you mentioned you're from the ends, yeah, bro. See, I said I've interviewed like rappers and that. People from the ends, yeah. Because I remember when I used to interview rappers, bro. People thought I'd made it.
Yeah.
They'd see me post a picture of like gigs or whatever, and they'd be like, "Nah, you're up. You're clear now. You've gone clear."
People think I've gone clear.
Clear.
But the other day, fam, I was going North Greenwich Station, so I was just waiting for the bus to get there, bro. One guy pulled up on some guy from the ends, like pulled up on me. He's like, "Yo, bro, where you going?" I was like, "I'm just going. Let's go. Just waiting for the bus." He goes, "Bro, how the fuck you on Sky? You waiting for the bus, bro?" How the fuck they let that happen? I'm like, bro, what? Like, what do you think I should fly to North Greenwich Station, fam? Like, what do you think's happening here, fam? I was like, waiting for the bus, bro. He's like, bro, I thought you'd be whipping a mug. I'm like, nah, but it's like, bro, like, why would I just drive my car to North Greenwich Station to leave it there to get a ticket? Like, bro, I'm getting the bus. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
But it's like, yeah, guys do think like you've gone clear and that. But I think that's a good thing. Like, it just show like you're on the right path. People starting to notice you because people think accumulate clout with money, innit? But it's not the same thing. Like you can have a lot of clout and be broke. I know bare clouty guys who are dead broke. Do you know what I mean? So, and I know bare guys who are up who no one knows who they are. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, people mistake. Oh, if you're on TV, if you got a blue tick, you must be making bread. But that's not necessarily. It's not always true. Do you know what I mean? Bro,
I get that a lot. Even now my followers have gone up. Yeah, like I remember at a gig. Yeah, I done a gig the other day. They were like, "Oh, well, you on Instagram?" I was like, "Yeah, follow me up." They checked my page. They're like, "Right, you're a proper professional comedian, innit? You got like X thousands of followers, blue tick. Like you're proper serious." I'm like, "No, I'm en route, maybe. Who knows?" But people just, I know what you mean, innit? Because they just see numbers and.
Well, I suppose like social media, you can frame things better than they are, innit? So if I go on social media now, if I go to Top Secret Comedy Club, I can take a picture and be like, perform at Top Secret, and people will be like, "Oh, you're legit, you're at Top Secret." They don't tell you that you did a charity gig at 2 p.m. Hardly anyone was there. No one laughed at your jokes. You don't show that on social media. You just frame it in the way you want to frame it. Guys are like, yeah, I'm on the BBC. But
yeah. I hear that.
you're not really. Do you know what I mean? You're not really. You're just there. Like you could have been anyone, but you frame it. Wow, you're on the BBC. You must be legit. But it's like that's how social media is, isn't it? You can frame, which is a good thing because it allows comics and creators to have a bit more power. So like without social media, you'd be at the mercy of the clubs or the producer at ITV or whoever. If they don't like you, no matter how funny you are, you're not progressing. Whereas at least now with your social media, you can put on your own shows, you can do your podcast, you can do whatever you want. But then again, it has made people less funny and less good at what they do because you can just frame it as you are doing good. There's so many people where I was like, they post it and people are like, that's congrats, big congrats. But I was like, I was there. The fact that you're posting that is crazy. You bombed. The fact that you're posting that is crazy. That's a fact. No, that's a fact though.
It's true.
That's a fact though. That's big facts. So it's like the fact that happened, like that's just big facts, bro. And you can't really shake what people see in it. So you can frame it how you want to frame it. And that's what a lot of guys are doing. They're just framing shit to make themselves look better.
No, I hear that. One thing I do, I rate all my gigs in terms of like a football score, innit? Every time I do a gig, I'm like, yeah, that was a 2-1, 4-1, whatever. Oh, okay. And sometimes I post it with a little analysis like, oh, yeah, we started strong, but the other team conceded. There's work to be done or something. Because it helps me understand how I performed, innit? Because it's like, I don't think I'll ever have a 5-0 because I'm too much of a perfectionist. There's always going to be something where you could be like, that bit could have been.
Nah, trust me, you'll have a 5-0 soon. It's very rare though.
It's a rare one, isn't it?
4 times a year, but trust me, them 5-0s feel good. You gotta shake them off though, because you start thinking you're some lit guy. These times you just had a good night. Do you know what I mean? That's another thing. Like, that's the thing about stand up. Is just like I love it because like it's just you can't fake it. I don't think. Like you can fake it on social, but eventually like
no, you get found out.
People know who's funny or not. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, one thing that I'm glad is like. Because basically, with my followers, they went up basically from 2 videos, innit? Like, 2 videos just took off.
So you did that BBC competition?
Yeah.
And the 2 clips from that?
I posted 2 clips from that.
So you didn't win that, right?
Nah. But I got to, like, the TV stage, innit?
So you got to the TV stage. Out of all the people that got to the TV stage, and including the guy who won it, I don't know who it is, you probably got the best out of it by those 2 clips.
I guess.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I mean. So it's like, that's what I mean has changed, which is a good thing. That even though you didn't win it, those 2 clips built your following more than any of those guys who were on it. So imagine if that was in the 90s and you didn't have social media.
Yeah, that's true.
You would have just been a loser.
Bro, one thing with the BBC, because I was nervous, because when I done that thing, I filmed it when I was 11 months into stand-up, and all the people I was up against, they've been going for years and that, and I was like, winning, I would like to win, but I'm not gonna like cry if I don't. I just wanna like not be shit. Like I want someone to be able to watch it and be like, no, you done your thing, innit? And I think I done that. So for me, that's job done, innit? If I went up there and bombed, but I got all them followers, I'd feel like
a fraud.
I'd feel like a fraud, bro.
But the thing is about the competitions, comedy competitions are, I don't do them. I refuse to do them. I've never done a comedy competition. Wow.
What, no gongs?
I've done gongs to get in clubs.
Yeah.
And I actually did the cab competition because I could get a free year with no bringer. That's the only reason why I did it. But I wouldn't do like the BBC. I never did like the BBC new comedian stuff because I feel like comedy competitions. One, comedy is so subjective. So to have a competition, it's not sports.
Nah.
It's not like you won and you didn't.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? On every night, it's a different thing. There's stuff, some people that went through, I don't find funny. But that's because comedy is subjective. Do you understand? So to do a competition is really tough. Also, it's almost like, it's like a driving test. So learning how to drive, you know how to drive?
Nah.
All right, so when you do eventually learn how to drive,
bro,
so that's very embarrassing. You're a big man.
I got that green card.
Provisional license.
It's embarrassing.
No, but when you learn how to drive, driving to pass your test is completely different to driving on the road. How you drive to pass yourself is not how you drive on the road. You'll die. Guys will crash into you. That's not how you do. So that's how comedy competitions are. How you do to do a comedy competition. It's not how you do it in clubs and when you're gigging and stuff. So it's like, it's weird practice. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not the same. It's not comedy. It's not the same thing. It's not. It's all set up for you. When you do nights, when we do open mics and you do club gigs, it's not, nothing is set up for you. It's fucking someone drunk says talking, you got to put out that fire. Do you know what I mean? They don't say, cut, we'll do that take again. That doesn't happen in real comedy. So it's like, if you just focus on competitions, you're never going to get good.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I don't really, I only did that one and I didn't even expect much of it. You sent them the video and then one thing led to another and then I done it. I was like, fuck it. But I don't seek out competitions like, yo, I want to be London New Comedian of the Year or Brighton New Comedian, like them random ones. Like I don't really seek them out. Who knows that if you see me do one, then fuck it, innit?
Man wants that bread.
But yeah, before I get onto the comedy, bro, if you were a baller, who would you be? And like realist, and I'll tell you who I'd be after, realist, not like, oh, I'm Messi. Like actual playing
I'm actually gonna say Messi as well.
Actual playing style wise.
No, when I used to play football, I used to be a bit like.
I'm thinking Lee Catmull.
No, I used to be a bit like Fabregas. I had tech still. I was a young black guy with tech. Nah, my favorite players are those kind of players like Pirlo, Xavi, Scholes, Thiago. Those are my favorite kind of ballers.
Centre mid then.
Centre mid, that techie centre mids, like just bossing the game.
Okay.
So if I was a player, like I love Busquets. That's one of my favorite players ever. Yeah. So like I would like to be a player like that. But then obviously I would love to be Messi, innit?
But realistically, is that your actual playing style though? Like
I used to, just get the ball, keep it ticking and that. Little Jimmy sometimes. That was my thing. Little Jimmy, pass it. You get me? Look. Don't really run in that.
I hear that.
Look good,
At Berbatov in midfield.
Yeah.
I hear that, bro. If I was a player, I'd either be.
I think you're gonna say Zlatan.
Nah, I got two players and they're for the same reason. Adriano, but when he was shit, like when he fell off, or John Arisa because I'm left-footed.
Are you left-footed?
Yeah. And I've got like, bro, if I was on FIFA, I'd have 99 shot power, 20 accuracy.
Yeah, your team's just blazing.
Like once in every 50 shots, I'll score a banger, and the other 49, the team's gonna hate me for shooting.
But for that one banger, we'll allow you.
Bro.
That one banger a season will allow you to keep shooting.
It was worth it, just for that one top bins.
I like that still.
Yeah, that would be me. But just mad power, no accuracy. But yeah, you see bro, one thing I noticed with you, because when I think I met you early on when I done stand-up, and I used to look at you on these gigs, like open mics, and I'd be like, bro, why is this guy here? Like, he's too good to be doing these little gigs. But then after a while, I realized why you kind of use those smaller gigs. Like, I think I've talked to you about this before, but tell the people listening, like, because some people would think, like, you're a full-time comedian, you do mad spots, you know, you've done bare 6 shows and that. So some people would think, like, like, shouldn't you just be doing big club every night, but you still put in time with the smaller ones, the smaller gigs? Why'd you do that?
The small gigs are the most important ones because they're the hardest rooms to play. If you're doing, like, let's say you do an open mic gig, half of the audience don't want to be there. They've been dragged by their friend, so they're not that impressed. They're not up for it. They've dragged them into a small little shitty pub somewhere, and you're doing new stuff, new material. So if you can get laughs in that, you know you got something really good. Whereas if you go the big clubs or the big gigs, you're just doing your best stuff, and it's just I just think it's more of an ego. And that's how you get trapped in those guys that do the same 20 for the 20 years because they just do the shows. And they don't. For me, comedy, the best thing about comedy is writing and doing new jokes. It's the best thing. So you don't want to do new jokes at certain clubs because they might be shit. So you just do all the shit gigs and get, okay, that works there, that works there, that works there. Then when you go to the club, oh, you got a new 20? They think that you're fucking Gandhi or someone like that. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like, no, you're just putting in work. Monday and Tuesday, I just think to myself, if I go Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, why would I not go to an open mic gig instead of sitting at home playing FIFA? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing comedy. Do you know what I mean? But some people just some people don't like, I don't like nice things. That's me, Andrew Mensah. I don't really like nice things. I don't like facials.
That jacket's kind of nice though.
It's nice, yeah. I got a bit of swag, but I don't like doing nice things. I don't like. So when it comes to comedy, I like doing tough gigs. I like doing like working out material and uncomfortable and stuff. But I like that. That's what makes you good. And I just think all the best stuff has come from those. All my best stuff, has come from doing those gigs. So it's like if you stop that, then you're kind of losing the stuff that got you into position to do better gigs. So it's like you can't really. I don't think you can stop that. Do you know what I mean? So the whole goal is to do it for an hour. So you should always be writing new jokes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then once you finish your first hour, it's about your next hour. So it's like there's no need for not writing jokes. And some people don't live life. If you know what I mean? You got to live life and you got to talk about your life and the stuff you've been through. And jokes come from that. Like people feel like I need to get this original idea about cameras and this is this bit about cameras. It's like you just talk about what's happening in your life. Like people's lives are interesting and people, not only is people interested in what you have to say about your life, a lot of people are probably going through what you're going through. Have similar feelings that you're feeling. So if you talk about those things, you'll connect with people more than you would disconnect. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I hear that. That's a good point. Because one thing, I like comedians where I don't really want to hear like a 10-minute bit on like cameras or like some artificial pointless thing. I like it when people are like, they're talking about things that bother them or they're insecure about or they're showing like a part of them. That's when I think people buy into who you are in it. Because I do watch some people and they're funny, they get laughs, but it's like, this is kind of surface level. Yeah,
and I think
stuff.
I think like all comedy is to be enjoyed, isn't it? I don't really like when people be like, "Oh, that's great. This comedy's hack or this comedy's superficial." I like comedy that is funny. I'd rather see a hack comedian that's funny than a deep comedian that ain't telling me jokes. That's a fact. I hate that notion of like, "Oh, that's funny, but it's hack." So you go on stage and try to do a hack funny joke. See how you get on. So I think funny has to be funny first, but I think some people are just caught up in what is funny and they have an idea of like, oh, this would be funny, so I'm going to do that. But sometimes you can't really you know that's not them. Like I think the stuff that you do about therapy is great because you went to therapy. It's very simple. You went to therapy. You thought, what's funny about me going to therapy, and you said those jokes, and it's funny. That's how simple it can be. But some people make it deeper than it needs to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So like, what's like the best and worst thing you think about being a comedian? Start with the best.
The best thing is just like, you get to say dumb shit. Like, and then people accept it. Some of the things I say on stage, I'm like, the fact that people are even listening, I'm saying dumb shit. Like any other place, if I said this, I get in trouble. If I was working in Tesco and I said what I just said, I'll get fired. If I said this at the dinner table, my mum would slap me. But here, these people are laughing, and it's like, you can make a living off saying dumb shit. That's the best thing. Like being a comedian, like jokes is just everything. Like just people laughing, like, and I just think ultimately you're just saying something bullshit. Like you're not saying nothing. Like when I deep it, it's actually dumb. Like you're not saying nothing because some comedians think they're saying deep shit.
Yeah.
This is the camera. I have an announcement to every comedian out there. You're not saying nothing but dumb shit, and that's the beauty of it to me. Like I don't have to be serious at any time. I don't have to fucking like be deep. And I can, you know how much I can get away with just because I'm a comedian. Like for example, I don't support a football team. I'm a glory hunter. I live with it. But people are like, it's a comedian, so it's fine. You know what I mean? I can do so much shit because I'm a comedian. That's just the beauty of it. Like you get to say and do dumb shit because people think, he's a comedian. It makes me laugh. That's just the beauty of it.
What's the worst then?
I would say the worst is probably like maybe. I wouldn't say the industry is toxic. I would say there's a mesh. There isn't a clear separation between people who do it as a hobby and people who do it seriously. What I mean is this, yeah?
You know he's going to say something mad controversial. No. He goes, what I mean is this.
What I mean is this, yeah. I can...
You know when people are like, I'm not being racist.
No. What I mean is this. What I mean is this, yeah? For example, if I play football, yeah? I play football every day, yeah? at no one time, me playing football, will Cristiano Ronaldo, would I play with Cristiano Ronaldo? Like, there's never going to be a time I'm playing five-a-side. Cristiano is going to come and be like, yo, I want to jump in. I want to try some new skills. Never will happen.
True say Kaka done that once.
Yeah, but Kaka's retired. So it's like, there's no footballer that's playing right now in the Premier League that will come and be like, yo, I want to kick with you, man. So there's a separation between the best and... Whereas comedy, there's a mesh. You could do a gig at Vauxhall and fucking Ramesh Raghunathan can pop in. And you think you're on a lineup with Ramesh Raghunathan, but you're not really. Do you know what I mean? And so there's that mesh in between. So a lot of people feel like they're comedians, but they're not. And a lot of people are around comedy and they don't do comedy. Their boyfriend is a successful comedian, or their dad might be this person. So they're in and around the comedy industry, but they gig once a week. They don't really do it. And it's like sometimes they have an effect on what's happening and the culture of it. So I would say that separation is like a bit tricky. And I wouldn't say there's anything necessarily bad about comedy. Like, the art form of comedy, I think is pure. Like, it's beautiful. Like, it's changed my life. Like, it connects you with people. Like, there's nothing negative to me about laughter and making people laugh and the whole art of it. But I feel like some people get caught up in the industry of comedy. Yeah. And that's when I think it can be a bit poisonous sometimes. And the status quo, and some people treat comedy industry like we're in school. But it's like, do you know what I mean? The whole purpose of doing comedy, the art form, I have nothing bad to say about it. I think the art form is beautiful. And if people just focused on comedy and not comedians and not who's doing whatever, it would be a much purer place, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But then also I'm sure there's people that have seen you and they might see you pop in at open mic and be like, raw, like, I done a gig with Andrew Mensah, you know? Like,
yeah, but they're fooling themselves. That's just a fact. Like, not in the arrogance thing. It's like, they're fooling themselves into thinking like, oh, because I must be doing well. Yeah. Because so-and-so pop. But that's how comedy is. So I don't think, I open for Ricky Gervais, I don't think I'm on the level of Ricky Gervais ever, because that's not how comedy works. Like, it don't work like that. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I was going home to my mum's house. He was going to his mansion in Hampstead. It doesn't matter that we gigged the same day. We're living two different lives. That's a fact. We're living two completely different lives. So it's like, definitely. I think there's a blurred line in between comedians and how they feel like they are. For me, if you're not doing comedy full time, or if you're not involved in comedy like that, then you're not really a comedian. You're just doing comedy, which is great, like, and it's a beautiful thing, and you should keep pursuing it, because you will be doing. The thing about comedy is you're not far from having $100 grand year or going full time, which is the beauty, or getting a massive amount of followers like yourself. So that's what the beauty is, isn't it? But in that moment, you've got to understand the humility of where you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, you got to know, okay, you might have followers on Instagram, but you're not Mo Gilligan. You might be Mo Gilligan, but you're not Ricky Gervais. Like, there's just levels to this whole thing. But I feel like some people mistake where their level is. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I've done that bare times. There's times I thought, like, why am I not doing that? Why am I not closing that show? Then you see someone close the show, and you're like, oh.
That's why.
That's why I'm doing
That's
it,
why, bro.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, yeah, because I do feel like you need that, like, you need to be able to analyze yourself and like be honest, innit? Because you can get an ego from like anything, but a lot from comedy, innit? And if you can't, even when I do a big gig, let's say it was a football match, I do a big gig and it's like a 3-4-1, I still leave there with like, it's like, yo, there's still levels to go. Or like I'll see like the headliner kill the 20 minutes. I'm like, I killed the 10, but he killed it for twice as long. Like, that's harder, and
and also like there's different spots. Like, opening is much harder than going in the middle. Yeah. So there was times where I'll be killing in the middle, you know. I'll be like, yo, these pros don't want no smoke with me. Then you do the opening spot, you're like, oh, yeah, this is different. Do you know what I mean? This is different. Like, this is a different water I'm swimming in. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, so you're just like, I wouldn't say there's anything bad about, to answer your question, there's nothing bad about comedy itself, the art form. I just feel like sometimes the industry can be poisonous. But I let go of the industry a long time ago.
What do you mean poisonous though? Like people have too much ego or what? Or like
Ego, there's like
gatekeeping or what?
There's gatekeeping, there's gossip, there's all of those things. There's so much things that make it toxic. So if you get caught up in the industry, you'll become bitter.
Yeah.
But it's not in your control anyway. So my whole thing is like just do comedy, write and gig, and if you just take away everything else, you'll be happy. Trust me, because it's the best thing. It's the best thing, like gigging and making people laugh. Driving to a village somewhere, people don't know where you're from, and they're laughing at what you're saying. It's like there's nothing better than that.
Them non-London gigs, yeah, where you've gone out of London, you've travelled bare far, and it's in some random. It's usually in some like sort of like just random venue you didn't even know could facilitate comedy, like a town hall or community centre, and there's like 200 people there or something. They pop off.
They pop off, man.
They're sick.
They
are sick.
For sure.
Bro, once again, I forgot to promote the new segment. This is the third time. That's probably why I spilled shampoo, because I was like, fuck, got to remember to promote the new segment at the start. I forgot. Anyway, well, it's not that new anymore. Because this is the 6th episode. I've done it 3 times. It's in 50% of all episodes ever. But segment, would you rather, yeah? Okay. So basically, I'm going to give you some scenarios. You got to pick which one and tell me why, yeah? 5 scenarios.
Okay.
Cool. First of all, yeah, you know what? I'll start off with this because I've asked a couple other people this, yeah? All right. You could do your, like, there's a gig you could do, and if you smash it, you become, like, a quote-unquote superstar. So whatever that means for you, you get it. If that's, like, riches, followers, whatever that is for you, you get it, yeah? But these are the conditions, yeah? So you pick where you do it, how long the set is, and your 3 favorite comedians have to judge, and they'll tell you if you've done well or not. And if they think you didn't, you have to quit comedy. So would you take this gig where if you smash it, you're a star, and if your 3 favorite comedians didn't think you smashed it, you have to quit?
Of course, I'll take it.
You reckon?
I'll take it for sure. Then what? So if you don't take it, you just carry on.
You just carry on as normal.
Nah, I'll take it.
You take it?
Yeah.
So how long would the set be?
15 minutes.
15. Boy, the people judging you, they do hours, you know.
No, because I think 15, because it's impossible. You said any club, any time.
It's not just them.
I just have to kill it.
Yeah, there's a real audience.
It's impossible. I wouldn't kill 15.
You reckon?
So I would say 15. That's just safe. Get me safe 15. I don't want to say 10. 10 too easy. So I would say 15.
They might look down on a 10 and be like, he's not ready.
Yeah, 15. I'll do longer than 15, but I'm doing 15. Do you know what I mean? So I'm doing 15.
When you say it's a 15, but you're killing it, so it's really a 22 or something.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? They booked me for a 15, but really and truly, I'm killing it.
All right, what venue?
Top Secret would be the venue.
Top Secret, yeah. And there's a real audience.
Yeah, Top Secret.
And what 3 comedians? It can't be people you know. It's like.
So I would say Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Chris Rock, Ricky Gervais. But I know Ricky Gervais, so I can't say Ricky Gervais.
You can't say Ricky Gervais.
Okay, Chris Rock. Bill Burr.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm going to have to say Sarah Silverman.
So them 3 judges, Top Secret.
Actually, no, I'll say Wanda Sykes. Because Wanda Sykes and Chris Rock are close, I think if he likes me, she will like me.
Yeah, but then also if he don't like you, she might not like you as well.
Yeah, but I'm banking on... I'm banking on it going well. So I think if I get one of them, I've got both of them.
Because let's say it's
through. Then I'm through.
Let's say it's a voting thing, yeah, where it's like everyone gets a vote. Did Andrew kill it? Yes or no? You could technically get through with just 2 votes.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll go Bill Burr, Chris Rock, and Sarah Silverman. Yeah, Sarah Silverman.
Okay, yeah. Top Secret, 15-minute, them 3 judge. You take it. Yeah,
I reckon I can take it. Yeah.
Okay.
No pressure.
The last guest I had on was like No, I wouldn't take it because I'm due to become a star anyway. I was like, that energy.
I like that. But I'll take it because I'll take it knowing I'm gonna smash it.
Yeah. You got 1 year from now to do the gig.
Oh my God, 1 year!
Yeah,
I thought you were doing a gig now.
No, not as in today. It's in within a year from now.
Then I
forgot to mention
That's too
that.
easy. That's too easy. I'm definitely taking it.
Definitely.
For 1 year!
No, you. So what? Whatever today's date is, the deadline.
Year.
A year from now is the deadline.
Fuck off. That'll be easy. That'll be easy, yeah. That'll be easy.
Say no more. All right. Obviously, you like football and comedy, yeah?
Yeah.
Present match of the day or like a late night comedy show in the UK?
Late night comedy show.
Not even a thought for match of the day. You'd be the Gary Lineker of match of the day.
Can't tell no real jokes on those shows.
So it's about the jokes.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess,
always about the jokes, yeah. So I would say late night comedy show, more creative, can do more things.
What
Match
ones
of the
are
day,
there though? Like,
Match of the day is a bit more like, it's a bit typical. You know what you'll be doing the same thing every
like
week.
dad jokes, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, welcome to the show. Here's this game.
Yeah.
You know, these two guys do the punditry. You don't even do that. That's dead, fam. Late night would be sick. Imagine you like hosting like Jimmy Fallon in the UK.
Yeah.
That'd be lit.
That would be sick still. I had a feel that was kind of easy actually. All right. This one's gonna follow the same response, I think. Yeah. All right. Live at the Apollo, yeah, or you're a pundit during the World Cup final broadcast, but you can tell jokes. Like it's a new station that's got bare viewers that are looking for like pundit.
Yeah, Live at the Apollo is not that deep to me.
Not that deep.
No, Live at the Apollo it's not the same it was once. No, it's not that. It's sick. Like doing Live at the Apollo would be sick.
But I was gonna say if you done it, you'd be gassed.
Like you'll be gassed, but like that's just calm. More like the punditry thing, World Cup final, that'll be lit.
Everyone's watching.
That will be lit.
Who would the other pundits be?
Roy Keane and Ian Wright.
Ian Wright.
Yeah, Roy Keane and Ian Wright.
Who'd be the lead presenter? Lineker.
Yeah, it might have to be a Lineker, you know.
Not Dave Jones.
No, Lineker, and then on commentary, Peter Jury.
Yeah. Peter Jury. I'm trying to remember his voice.
Peter Jury is a serious commentator, bro. When you go home, just Google Peter Jury.
Nah, I've watched him bet. I just can't. His voice is not.
It'll make you cry, bro.
He's the one that goes like mad over the top.
Yeah,
with it,
yeah. He's got the lines
yeah.
as well. He's got them crazy lines, fam.
Yeah. All right, this one. So obviously your cousin's Eze at Palace, yeah.
Yeah.
So, assuming you had like the skills to like, you were a mad baller as well, yeah.
Why are you saying I am a mad baller? Hey, I don't like that. I don't like man to assume. Nah. The disrespect is crazy.
No, I mean, when you hear the question though, you'll understand. Innit?
Yeah, go on.
You're saying Fabregas, I'm seeing Lee Catamol. You know them tough tacklers, like loves a tackle, loves a slide. That's what I thought your playing style would be like.
Nah, man, I'm shook at the ball, bro. I'm scared, fam. I hate tackles and headers.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. So yeah, cousin Eze.
Cool. So your cousin's Eze at Palace, yeah. Play for Real Madrid for 1 year with Eze, or do a year-long European comedy tour.
But how big's the tour though? Because you could do a Europe tour and you can just be doing
not
shit
open
rooms.
mic, not open mic.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not like you're doing like
you're doing big arenas, big stadiums, or theaters.
Let's say theatre, because big stadiums is too easy. But then you also have to consider if you play for Madrid.
But 1 year though at Madrid, only 1 year.
It's a 1 year trial where like if you smash it, they'll keep you on, and if you don't, they're like, yeah, you're done out here. Because you could also go back to comedy after that 1 year of Real Madrid. It's not like comedy has to end.
The thing about football, yeah, I love football. I love watching it. I love the glory, but I don't like playing it that much.
No, but let's say you had the level to make it at Real Madrid week in, week out.
But that's what I'm saying.
That you had Fabregas' skill in his prime.
But that's what I'm saying. I still don't enjoy playing football.
Oh, is it?
But it's not I don't enjoy. I enjoy it sometimes. But like comedy, on that European tour, I just be having so much fun. Like, I just love doing comedy. I love everything about doing it. So I would say the tour.
The tour.
European tour. The Real Madrid thing almost got me though, because Real Madrid is different.
With Eze as well.
Yeah, it'll be different. Centre mid, me and Ez.
I saw his new boots. He's got you on the boots.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, bro. That would have been crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna go with
It's a tough one,
I'm
isn't it?
gonna go with European tour.
European tour.
Theaters.
Theatres.
Yeah, European.
Couple hundred.
Nah, few thousand, man. Come on, man.
Nah, it's like
Few thousand, bro. Come
few
on,
thousand's
man.
too easy, bro. It's too easy.
Couple hundred, I'll still do.
You still take
yeah,
it because the tour's like not really. I don't know. I think if I was good, you know why I didn't like playing football, because I realized I'm kind of whack. Like, you know, when you're young, yeah, everyone thinks they're a baller, innit? Everyone thinks they're sick. But then, like, I realized quite early on, like, yo, like, I'm average at best. Like,
yeah, for real. And I hear that.
All right, final question, yeah. This ain't really to do with football comedy, yeah. £1 million now or £10 million in 10 years? It's a tough one.
It's tough because you might not. Anything can happen in 10 years. But I know for a fact, if I got 1 million today, that million will be gone in a year. I'll be blowing it, bro. Strip clubs, Lamborghini. So I'll just go 10 million in 10 years. If I don't make it in 10 years, it's calm.
Because if you take the 10 mil, it's like you almost have a 10-year, like,
bro,
failure-free.
Nothing will phase you for 10 years.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing
you
will
could
phase.
fail
I've
as
got
much as
10 milli coming.
You could bomb at every gig for 10 years.
It don't matter, yeah.
It don't matter.
It don't matter, yeah. So I'll go 10 mil in 10 years.
What about if it was like more than a mil? Like, let's say 5 million now.
No, I'll take the 5 mil.
5's quite a lot, isn't it?
I'll take the 5 mil now because life is short. You don't know what can happen, but 5 million is good money.
Yeah.
5 million will set you up nice.
Yeah. It
Will
would
set you up nice, though.
You know, I clocked as well. More people than we think make $1 million in their lifetime. Like, not everyone has a job where it's 50k a year, but if you say like you're earning 50k from the age of like, I don't know, you're a banker at 25, within 25 years or whatever, 30 years, you would have made $1 million.
Yeah.
So it's like, it sounds like a lot, but when you break it down,
it's a lot at one time, though.
yeah.
If I had $1 million in my account, I don't know what I would spend. Everything I want.
Bro, I'm
it wouldn't
Indian.
even
I would
touch.
just save it.
You would save the thing.
I'd set aside a budget to spend, but
if you save it, you're not a millionaire anymore. That's the thing about. I want 1 million
to spend.
Like, I just want one. I'm a millionaire. 1 milli.
But why are you not a millionaire if you save it?
If you don't, because you're not gonna save all of it.
No, but let's say you save 800 bags and you spend 200. That's a lot to spend.
I couldn't spend 200 bags today. Like I would run out of things to spend 200 bags on.
Exactly. So
that's what I don't get when guys make that much money and they go broke. I don't get it, fam. Like, what are you spending your money on? How can you make 30 mil and then go bankrupt? That's crazy. What are you spending your money on? Like, how many cars do you want? How many houses do you want? That don't make no sense.
But I think it's when they start paying for like the lifestyles of like 10 of their close friends and family. Then that adds up. That's what I think drains it. Because if you just buy like a nice house, whatever, a nice car, and I don't know, all the latest tech and that for your house, all the gadgets.
Because if you had 10 mil, yeah, let's say you had 30 mil, you buy a house 1 million, and you buy a car, you could buy two cars. Let's say you buy 2 cars for 500k. That's 1.5 million. You still got 28.5 million. Like, what else do you need? You don't need anything else. Anything else you need is this excess.
Yeah.
Because the house paid for, the cars are paid for.
Yeah.
So
it must be the family and friends.
How much money are you throwing in a strip club? Not lots.
Yeah.
You're not throwing that much money in a strip club. So what are you spending your money on? I heard like Mike Tyson would go to like the barber shop and buy everyone a Ferrari in the barber shop. Are you mad? I'll buy everyone a haircut, but not a Ferrari.
I'll get everyone an Evian.
Yeah, not a Ferrari. Fucking hell.
Bruv, did you see in the news? You know Craig Bellamy? He said he went bankrupt. Yeah, he was obviously a millionaire, and it was through like loads of bad investment. It weren't through like gambling.
Yeah, that's true.
It weren't through like, you know, gambling or smoking or drinking or anything like that. It was, I trusted people with my money and they fucked up and now they lost it all. Like, because people will come up to you like, yo, Andrew, like, you got that milli, yeah? Let me take 400. Within 4 years, you'll have like 10 milli now. But obviously, it don't turn out like that.
Yeah,
that's another thing where people, because right now, no one's coming up to us like, yo, you just made £30 from that middle 10. Do you want me to invest that? Like, nobody's asking us to invest our money, innit?
True.
But when you're rich, the possibilities open up of like, yo, you.
That's why you need a financial advisor, man.
Because do you know how much? You know that saying like, don't let your money sit in the bank, or like, do you see all these adverts on TV where it's like, don't let your pension just sit in a fund. Let us invest it and make more in it. That must be that times like 100 for like rich people, because you'd have so much of that.
Constantly, guys like, yo, loan me this, loan me that. Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. And then you feel guilty because say like you did have 10 mil and your brethren was like, yo, can I just get 50 bags for a house deposit? Like, you'd
No.
feel...
No, because guys don't understand this. Maintain. It's not about a 50. It's not the initial 50. So, like, for example, yeah, let's say I get 100 million. Yeah. I'm not buying my brethren a Bentley. Because the petrol alone is his net worth can't even touch the petrol. So you have to buy in their world. So if you can afford a Corsa, man will buy you a Corsa. Because you can afford to run the Corsa. Because guys can buy things, but they can't run things. You understand what I'm saying? Like a guy can buy a car, put a deposit on a car, but you can't run the car. Like a Mercedes, yeah? The tire alone is one tire, flat tire, that's $250.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I don't drive, but...
That's $250, one tire.
Yeah.
So imagine the gear change it. Imagine that. So you're going to buy your boy a Mercedes, but you're going to have to pay for the running of the car.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's what you got to say, like, yo, bro, man will buy you a Ford. Man will buy you... If you want a deposit on a house, it's not going to be a 50 grand deposit because you can't afford that. You can't afford the mortgages on that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll be like, what rent are you paying now? That's what I would say. What rent are you paying now? I'm paying $1,000 in rent. Then we're going to find you a place that is $1,000 in mortgages. So you can own it, but you can afford to run it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whereas guys just be like, I don't know what guys be doing. Like guys get gas. Like, yeah, every man getting a whip. But what whip? Because guys don't want the whip they need.
Yeah. They want too much.
They want a Lamborghini truck.
Yeah.
But you got that's mad. That's mad. You pulling up to Tesco in a Lamborghini truck because you're a boy. That don't even make sense.
Tesco extra.
That's crazy.
Or they'll ask for stuff like, yo, let me get a house with a swimming pool. It's like, bro, you live in London. Like, why do you need a swimming pool in your yard?
Man. You don't need none of that.
All right, cool. That's another Would You Rather section. So we're going to wrap things up. But before we go, like what's coming next for me? I know you got your Work in Progress show coming up. Like, what's coming next?
So the plan is, obviously, fantasy football's been recommissioned as well. So that'll be coming out next year.
For the new season, right?
New season will be coming out next year. So for now, I've just working on my hour recently. Hopefully go on tour at the end of next year as well.
End of next year?
Yeah. I'm not going to Edinburgh or anything, so I'm just writing an hour of just pure stand-up.
People, like, that's like a common question. Are you going to Edinburgh? It's like, not really.
No, I'm not going to Edinburgh, so I'm just going to write my first hour. I've got my first hour anyway, it's good. I got my first 2 hours, actually.
So what's stopping you from going on tour sooner? Or doing like...
Just want to get it perfect.
Perfect.
So I think a year, me working out, doing work in progresses every other week will be a good practice for me to do. My tour show basically, because I'm not rushed. I'm not writing an hour for August. If that makes sense, I'm just writing whenever I feel it's gonna be ready. Then I'll go on. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I hear that. I'm like quality over quantity as well. Like I'm trying to get like I want to say by the end of the year I've got like an airtight 20-minute set.
Yeah, for sure.
Of like quality jokes that are like, because I could do a 20-minute set now. It's gonna be 10 minutes good, 10 minutes mediocre to crap. So
nah, hey,
I always look.
Take your time, man.
Let them know finally. Where can they find you on the internet and socials?
Find me Instagram, Mensah_. The same with TikTok. My podcast, How Long Ref, will be dropping soon. Also my YouTube channel. I'm not really on Twitter, but if you follow me on Twitter, you won't get nothing from me. But yeah, TikTok and Instagram, Mensah_.
Cool.
That's me, man.
Cool. Well, that's another episode, Ajay Rose Show. If you're listening on headphones, Spotify, Apple and that, rate it 5-star. It's not on the other ones.
Rate that, man. Rate that.
YouTube, subscribe, give it a like. Tell your friends. Yeah, that's episode number 6. I'll see you lot in a bit.
Love, bro. Thanks, man.
That's cool, bro.